Imagine a place on Earth where it literally rains animals from the sky, or a creature capable of living forever, or a town where dying is strictly illegal. If you're hearing these claims and immediately dismissing them as fake, that makes sense. Human brains are naturally wired to reject scenarios that break our everyday understanding of how the physical world works. But every single one of those impossible scenarios is a documented scientific reality. Today, we are going to look at 7 phenomena that completely defy logic. And when we get to number 5, you are going to look at your own body in a completely different way. Let's start with that weather anomaly. For over 100 years, the people of Yoro, Honduras have witnessed a bizarre event. After intense storms, the streets are covered in fish that have fallen straight out of the sky. Researchers believe massive waterspouts form over rivers, acting like powerful vacuums that suck aquatic life out of the water. These severe currents carry the trapped fish miles inland, suspending them until the storm breaks and drops them onto the town. But locals report a creepy detail that keeps this a mystery. Sometimes the fish fall even when the skies are clear and there is no storm. Looking at this tiny jellyfish, you wouldn't guess it breaks biology's most absolute rule. It does not age linearly. This is Turritopsis dohrnii. When it gets injured, sick, or simply old, it physically reverses its cellular aging process, resetting its body back to a juvenile state. It actively cheats natural death, proving that biological immortality is entirely real. Biology isn't the only science with major loopholes. In physics, there is an anomaly called the Mpemba effect, where hot water can actually freeze faster than cold water. Despite decades of study, researchers still debate exactly why this happens. Theories point to rapid evaporation or complex convection currents, but the exact mechanism remains unconfirmed. While scientists debate paradoxes, lawmakers must write bizarre legislation for extreme environments. Look at the frozen terrain of Longyearbyen, Norway, where it is practically illegal to die. The permafrost in this hillside cemetery is so deep that human bodies literally cannot decompose. The local government outlawed burials to ensure that decades-old frozen diseases wouldn't eventually thaw and resurface. But the most disturbing phenomenon isn't found in a frozen town or a distant ocean. Right now, your own brain and body are literally eating themselves. This is the biological process of autophagy. Inside living cells, specialized structures hunt down damaged internal components, break them apart, and consume them. As horrific as that sounds, this relentless cellular cannibalism is the exact recycling mechanism that clears out toxins and keeps your tissues functioning. You are only alive and healthy today because your body is in a mandatory, continuous cycle of destroying itself from the inside out. Let's look at something completely alien. This backlit underwater shot shows a creature so anatomically bizarre it barely seems terrestrial: the octopus. They pump blue blood through their veins using 3 distinct hearts, and when an octopus decides to swim, 2 of those hearts shut down completely, forcing them to crawl along the seafloor whenever possible. The ocean floor holds even larger mysteries. Here is an aerial view of the Great Blue Hole off the coast of Belize. The contrast between the shallow turquoise reefs and the dark central void gives you a sense of its immense scale. Stretching over 300 meters wide and plunging 125 meters down, the sinkhole descends into absolute darkness. Divers report a near-total absence of marine life inside, proving the ocean harbors its own natural, lifeless dead zones. From sky-born fish and biological immortality to pitch-black oceanic voids, and the microscopic destruction happening inside our own cells right now. Our physical world constantly defies our expectations, proving that objective reality is consistently stranger, more complex, and often more terrifying than any fictional story we could invent. Which of these facts challenged your understanding of reality the most? Let me know down in the comments.